Hello my thirsty friends, we are now in the village of Faucon, which is interesting, is a village without GMO certified, so I believe this area is really about preserving, you know, the environment, and Château Buissiere is really also a leader in natural wine production. So just let me show you first, I mean, the environment, which looks absolutely amazing. And let me introduce you Laurence. Hello. Hi. Laurence, say hi. Wonderful, nice, and thank you very much for hosting me today, and having the chance to try again some of your wines, which I tried, as I mentioned to you, a long time ago. Today we selected two of your most well-known wine, Petit Jo and Le Claux. One which is sold as a Vin de France, Petit Jo, which is a very friendly, easy drinking style of Rhone Valley wine. And Le Claux, which is a bit more serious and sold as a Cotes du Rhone. But did it already happen to you to have to declassify Le Claux in the past, or?
Not Le Claux, but other cuvées.
Other cuvées.
Yes, we have another cuvée called Gaia, which is a blend of mainly Syrah. And in 2008, for instance, it was declassified.
And what was the reason?
Because it was considered untypical for Rhone, Côtes du Rhône red wine.
Would you say because of the higher percentage of Syrah, or?
No, I think because of maybe the natural taste.
Okay, because I don't remember there was any defect, because I have some of the, I still have one bottle in my cellar, and I tried it a few years ago, and I don't remember the wine was perfect, as far as I remember.
It was for me too, but
okay. But someone decided, do you have any enemies?
No, but you know, sometimes natural wines just make people a little bit surprised, and I mean, we do very natural wine and wine which are very close to the terroir, as there is no chemical yeast or filtration or very low doses of sulfite, and so sometimes it's considered untypical because it's too near the.
It's not the standard wine.
Yes, taste.
Yeah, that's for sure. So Laurence, maybe tell us a bit about the history of the estate. Is it something? Are you the 10th generation of?
Not 10th, the second one.
The second one, okay.
Second one.
Need to start somewhere. The second is good. The third is coming.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I mean, the kids are still young, but we'll see. Antoine, my husband, we started to make wine at beginning of 2000.
Okay.
And before him, his father, Pierre, used to sell his grapes to the co-op. Pierre has always been working in organic farming since the mid-70s.
Okay.
So it was.
So the father already was into it.
Yes, exactly. He didn't want and know how to make wine, but he has always worked in organic farming. So at that time, his grapes were just mixed with the others. He was at the beginning just the only one to work that way. And in the mid-80s, it's the first organic labels started. Then he was able to sell the grapes to another co-op, which started to make the first organic Rhone red wine.
Okay.
And so Antoine and I decided to make wine. Antoine started in 98, and I joined him in 2000.
And all natural wine, because this is another step. I mean, where did you get inspired? You try some wine somewhere and you say,
yes,
this is what
we tried some wine. I worked a little bit with Marcel Richaud in Tehran.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So with Marcel and also other winemakers that we were big fans, like also Domaine Gramenon.
Of course, yes.
So we were really interested in that kind of working during the vinification. So very quickly we started to work on a very natural way during the vinification.
Yeah, so from which vintage you start natural wine production?
Actually, Antoine did his first vintage in '98,
okay.
But it was a very small production,
for
only
yourself,
one
just
tank,
to make sure.
a few hectoliters.
Yeah.
And we started to buy tanks and old materials in 2000. And in 2000 we tried to we had two tanks. One was filtered, the other one not, and we said okay, so that was the last time we will filter our wines. And when I was working with Marcel Richaud, I met an enologue, Rhone, which is really specialized in natural vinification. He used to work and to learn with Jacques Néauport, which was a student of Jules Chauvet.
Okay.
Okay. And so we started to work with Jan, and in 2003 we stopped using sulfite during all the process of vinification. So it's almost 20 years ago now. It's easier in our region to do natural wines. We know. I mean, the climate first. It's less rainy. We have a great wind. The Mistral.
Yes.
After rain, usually when we have rain in it's spring or summertime, we can have a big rain and then it can be really hot, which is just perfect for mildew. But fortunately, we have Mistral, and very often the Mistral starts to...
right after the rain comes the Mistral.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's the best treatment against mildew.
Yeah. So today we selected two wines. I mean, there's many more, but I think those are the most representative of the winery. First one is called Petit Jo. So it's a blend 50-50.
50% Grenache, 50 Syrah. Vintage is 20.
This is from Cotes du Rhone appellation.
Yes, and it's in Vin de France because we chose to declassify it.
Yeah.
It's less
headache
and papers and all that stuff. And it's our bestseller, Petit Jo. We sold it everywhere in France and in the world, and it's easier in Vin de France. And our customers don't really look after an appellation anyway. So it's only 12 milligrams sulfite at the embottling, so very low doses.
With some lovely dark fruit, like sherry style. I found also a bit of violet character and some delicate spice.
Yes, flower smell.
It's pretty refreshing, pretty easy drinking, but with some character, some body. I mean, we tried before another cuvée that was much lighter on the tannin side, but due to the style and the vinification, here you get a bit more extraction, a bit more tannic structure. I mean, light to medium body. You feel the tannins are ripe and perfect wine for any occasion. But yeah, because it's not too high in alcohol, it's definitely a wine you can enjoy easily during the afternoon.
Barbecue.
You can serve it a bit cooler even.
Exactly. We are always looking for freshness in our wines. First, because we are also lucky to be in a quite high altitude for the Rhone Valley. Our parcels are between 400 and 450 meters
That's
high.
pretty high then, huh?
So it's quite high.
Okay.
So we have like this natural freshness and a real difference of temperature between the day and the night. So we really try to focus on it and take advantage of it.
And you mentioned because there's different kind of soil in this area. Yours are clay.
Yeah, calcareous clay,
and calcareous,
mainly. Yeah.
I love it.
No
Next
spitting.
one.
No spitting.
It's so our next wine, le Claux. So why le Claux? C-L-A-U-X?
It's the name of a parcel, so a little, I say, quartier.
Okay, yeah.
in the village.
So it's it's one parcel.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, the Grenache, the oldest Grenache we have comes from this place, but there are also other. So this one is 90% Grenache and 10% Syrah, and it's a selection of the oldest Grenache we have. They are average 50 years old, and the vintage is 19.
And this one has very. I mean, you can feel there's more Grenache. It's more fruit forward at first, at least. It's like a very ripe, almost marmalade. More mature grapes. Yeah.
To have the Côtes du Rhone appellation, you have to add minimum 10% of another grapes. Okay. It can't be 100% Grenache in our part of the Rhone Valley, because in the northern part it's 100% Syrah.
You can feel also some kind of warm stone. I mean, this kind of mineral character on the nose too, but very appealing. That's you want to dig into it more.
Very nice with nice meat, even game.
Yeah, I mean, different profile, much bigger shoulder, much more rounder, and all the tannins are very delicate. You feel it's very polished. It's doesn't feel there is as much tannins as the previous one, but more elegant, more. It's maybe as powerful, but with more elegance. When you pass your tongue on the top of your palate, you feel this kind of oiliness, and kind of the tannins are sandwiched in between, and they're just rolling delicately, you know, all together, and the length is just wonderful. It's still going on and going on. I mean, rather than no, at least on the palate, I got a bit more almost like a plummy, and it's not jammy. In fact, it's more like almost those plums that have macerated slightly in alcohol for quite a long time, and diffuse, you know, slowly, you know, the flavors, you know, in your mouth. It's an experience. Lovely.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you for it.
You're welcome.